speaking of solving the world's big problems, Darebin Council down in Victoria is going to hold a very contentious vote tomorrow on whether to replace the Palestinian flag that's been flying on its town hall for 2 years since December 2023, whether to replace that with a generic peace flag. Very difficult decision for the councillors to make. Firstly, the fact that it has been up for 2 years is frankly absurd. But more deeply, why should a council be flying the flag of a quasi-terrorist state anyway? What do they think they are achieving? Who do they think they are representing? Now, I should say they were supposed to vote on replacing the flag in December, but it got postponed because of the Bondi massacre. You would think that an anti-Semitic attack on Jews would be reason to perhaps accelerate the removal of the flag, but no, they decided to keep it up for a whole extra month. James, pretty ridiculous.
Well, council bureaucrats are urging the councillors to remove the flag and replace it because they've been so inundated with complaints after the Bondi massacre from locals saying, why is the council flying the Palestinian flag? What does that mean in light of what Australian Jews have suffered? Interestingly, you mentioned that meeting in December. The original suggestion was not to remove the Palestinian flag. Why don't we fly a peace flag as well? But there wasn't a vacant flagpole. So the suggestion was, well, we could remove the pride flag and put the peace flag there, but that was outright rejected by the council, and so they were out.
Don't upset the gays.
Interestingly, this was the statement that the council will be voting on tomorrow. Have a listen. Proposed by Council CEO Anne Howard. Council affirms its commitment to peace in Australia and across the world and replaces the Palestinian flag to enable the peace flag to be flown at Preston City Hall. The thing I don't understand, Caleb, is why do we need a local council to confirm its commitment to peace in Australia and around the world? Does anybody around Australia or indeed the world care what the Darebin Council thinks?
Well, the councillors at Darebin Council care what the councillors at Darebin Council think. Is this almost to suggest that if a council's not flying the peace flag, it means
they're not committed to peace?
They don't believe in peace.
Exactly.
You know? If you don't have the flag up, you don't believe in it. Your virtue does not exist unless you've signalled it, of course. This is what we've learned in the last decade or so. I mean, the council just should not, flat out, should just not be flying any flag other than the national flag, the state flag and whatever the council's flag is. There's no reason to be flying anything else. I mean, some of these councils now are talking about they're going to put up 8 flag poles so they can have the gay flag and they can have the Palestinian flag, and then when it comes to Diwali they've got to have the Indian flag up as well, and then there's some other flag that'll go up because someone, you know, other obscure mob will have it. Like, no, it's not the business of the council. We don't need a council to virtue signal about what's happening on the other side of the world. They don't need to put up a foreign nation's flag. They don't need to put up a peace flag. They don't need to put up a pride flag. If they put up a flag that said, we will fix the potholes, maybe I'd be in support of that. But it's just not their business. I mean, these people are just so desperate to feel like they're actually doing something to change the world that they've got to have some other flag. It's got nothing to do with you.